Hey everybody, Todd at AllTerra here. Welcome to another one of our videos here at this table where it's going to be me talking about things. So today we're going to get into showing off some of our new products for 2024 and some of our inline product updates that we've been slowly making, implementing, doing inline, but not really saying anything about until now. Jumping into the updates we've been working on. Our Mountain Shadow rifles, the bigger calibers with the 22-inch barrels, have been hovering right there at 7 pounds, 2 ounces, and we've just wanted to whittle that back a little bit into the 6 pound, etc. range. So without doing anything too drastic, we've managed to cut that weight out of our receivers and our muzzle brakes. So here is a long action receiver pre-update, and we're talking, you know, today's December 20th or whatever. We just got through the last of these in the past couple of weeks on our previous receiver design, and we have now transitioned to our lightened receiver design. So all we've done here is reduce some material on the recoil lug. So we cut these pockets into the recoil lug on the front. They still go down into bedding perfectly. Solid recoil lug on the back. And so we're kind of exchanging this material, this steel that we've taken out of the recoil lug, with bedding material, which is a little bit lighter. It's a little bit narrower. Still does fully functionally. The recoil lug is doing its job. We've just made it smaller and lighter. We've also cut a skeletonizing pocket out of the side of the receiver right here where there's kind of a big chunk of meat. It doesn't go all the way through. It's just material removal. On the bottom, we've cut a couple other pockets to bridge the gap between the the trigger pins. So all said, we've lightened this up a little bit. One other thing, we did move the ejection port over the top just a little bit further. So none of these things are compromising rigidity, performance, anything like that on the receiver. We've just taken some material out where we could. All that said, it's a 2 ounce difference, but they add up. So pair that with a muzzle brake update we've done. Before, we were using this all steel, and we make these in-house. We've got other videos on our brakes, but it's an all steel muzzle brake. And we were doing a tuner portion on the end of our brakes. What we found is we never ended up using it. We never needed to use the tuner to make a rifle pass accuracy testing before going to a customer. We've found that maybe 1 or 2 customers that we've talked to are actually playing around with this tuner thing. So, you know, it's a lot of work. It's an extra part. It's more screws. It's more setup time and moving parts on the rifle. For the amount that it seems to be getting used, we're going away from that. So that alone, removing that feature on the V4 brake, saves some weight. And we've also gone to full titanium construction. So now we have the clean, non-tunable V4 muzzle brake in titanium going on all of our rifles, and that's another 2 ounce difference. So between the muzzle brake and the updated receiver profile, we've saved a 1/4 pound. Performance-wise, everything is the same. We've just managed to lighten the rifle by a 1/4 pound. So now most long action Magnum 22-inch barreled Mountain Shadow carbons are coming in at, you know, 6 pounds, 14, 15 ounces instead of that 7 pounds, 1, 2, 3 ounces, depending on, you know, bottom metal, length of pull, recoil pad, stuff like that. So we're happy to have our Mountain Shadows in the upper 6 pound range instead of the low 7, long story short. Another thing, new product, switching over to now, that we've been working on and are now within about a week of having a full batch done to go to anodizing, is machined Altera rings. We've been really excited about getting this up and running. Traditionally, we've offered tally rings. You know, there's nothing wrong with them. There's also nothing amazing about them. The tallies are an extruded ring, which means that they're a little bit softer aluminum, and they're essentially pushed through a die and to cut the whole shape out of them. Our rings are 70-75 aluminum, so a more premium aluminum, and it's fully machined. What it solves for us is a more consistent and straighter tolerance and contact connection to our receiver. We're still using the 1/8 inch recoil pin, and then, you know, once we set these up, they're so precise out of the packaging or out of machining that they don't need to be lapped. So less time on setup, more accurate, stronger, more contact to your scope tube and to the receiver, and it all just equates to durability and accuracy. So we're real excited about those. Mid-January, we should be able to offer Altera rings. You can even see the tops branded with our little A logo. It's kind of cool. And that's going to be an option for people that want a more premium mounting solution for the scope. Let's jump over to this right here, because this is our most exciting new product, and is the Altera X stock, which will also result in the new Altera X rifle. So as you can see here, we have a half of a stock mold machined, done. This just came out of the machine this morning. Matt's over there machining the second half of the mold right now. We've got north of 140 hours into modeling this. Before that, it was months, maybe even a year of taking... Pause, I'm gonna grab something real quick. So I just went off camera and grabbed another prop here of a 3D printed stock concept that kind of started the Altera X project. You can see all this Bondo and stuff in here. We'd mount up Bondo, sand it, feel it, pass it around. We even sent it out to a few customers whose opinions we trust, got feedback from them, and finally got, you know, the base concept, feel, ergonomics, all that stuff to a point where we finalized the design, 3D printed, again, closer to a final revision. This big cutout here is because it's going to have an adjustable comb. And then we got it from this point to where we felt comfortable cutting this mold. I'll get this rifle out of the way and we can drop some close-up shots in here. But we're really excited about that. We'll do another whole video on the Altera X, but essentially it's going to be great for people who want that adjustable cheek piece. They want the option for a full-length Arca rail on the bottom, a more vertical grip, which is you know, more comfortable to a lot of people, a little bit more of a tactical design and shape, but it's going to come in with a weight very close to our original Carbon Hunters for people that want to hunt with that, pack it around. So we're calling it the Altera X. Essentially the X being a crossover between a tactical stock and a hunting stock. So we're way pumped about that. More to come on that. Just wanted to show it in here as part of our new products and updates video. And so moving right along, another thing I threw in is we're now chambering for 375 Ruger. You know, we go to Dallas Safari Club, SCI. We've got a lot of customers that hunt all over the world. They're going up north and hunting big bears, where a big bullet and a big Magnum caliber comes in handy for big dangerous critters. We don't make a bolt face size proper to do something like a 375 H&H or a 416 or anything like that. So the biggest we can go without reconfiguring a whole new bolt design is the 375 Ruger. We've built a couple of them. We're taking a couple of them to the shows. It's an option. You'll probably start seeing a 375 Ruger show up on our website here and there in the ready to ship section. We're just thinking that's going to be a good solution for people that want that bigger, dangerous game, harder hitting caliber. Yeah, that's probably enough for this video here. Just touching lightly on the different things we've been up to. We know a lot of you have been watching these videos. Almost every phone call, someone has watched a video doing research, has a question, wants to purchase something from us. So we greatly appreciate you tuning in, following along, providing us with the, well, I'm gonna stumble on words here because I'm fighting a froggy throat again, but without your feedback and support, we wouldn't be moving forward like this and growing Altera and pushing ourselves to innovate and change and update and stay on top of stuff around here. So thank you all, and we look forward to hearing from you.